Hello everyone. So I'm out here again in the garden today, and just want to give you guys an update on the projects that I've been doing, and as well as take a tour through the garden, see how the plants are growing. So stay tuned. Alrighty. So I am over here where the green stalks are, and we've had days and days and days of rain, and so far everything has been watered in really good. I'm seeing right here that there is some little growth from the strawberries coming in, so can't wait to see how well those do. I didn't get a chance to put the spinner bases on this one here or that blackberry over there, but I do have them. Pardon the mess right here. We have project after project after project going, but he is over there working as we speak on the coop. I know you can kind of see it there a little bit. So he is out there working on some things. So pardon some of the stuff you're gonna see here. Some things I may not get a chance to update you on because it is kind of stuff everywhere. He's working on like 3 projects at once. But the onions are doing well. No complaints here. They're really thick and hardy. Just doing really well. All of them. I checked all the pockets and they're all literally flourishing. So these onion starts, some are mine and some came from Dixondale. So I'm can't be more satisfied with them. Same thing with these. They're doing really well. So I am just glad everything is going as well as it has been with all the rain that we've been having. This one here is still going to be moved, but because we've been taking stuff in and out of my little area over here, I just kind of wanted to leave stuff out to the side until some of these projects are done and completed. So one thing I really want to talk about that I am not liking is this spinach here. This is Carintha spinach. All of them are kind of doing this little bolting thing, and I do not like the way they're growing. So I don't know if I'm going to continue to use those to grow that variety, because I just don't like the way they're growing. But some of the other spinach, the Bloomsdale was doing okay, and the baby spinach, like over here, this Bloomsdale spinach is doing fine, but the Carintha spinach is not. So I don't know if this is just the way it's growing or it's supposed to grow, because this is the first time I'm growing it. I just don't like it. So I don't think that I will continue to grow that variety in the future. But back over here to the green stalks. Again, this spinach over here, no. Now the chervil is doing pretty good. Chervil is a cool weather crop, and it's taking this weather in stride and doing really well out here. I see my little arugula is flowering, but I do like the flowers of arugula, so I don't stop them from bolting. I'm still gonna eat the leaves. But my lettuce and chervil, and up here on mostly all of the tops to the green stalks, I do have these onion starts in. So mostly all of them except for 2, but they're all gonna have onion starts in them. But just right now, I'm still kind of trying to make sure that the plants are thriving really well, but they'll all have the onion starts. This purple kale here was kind of suffering, but it's doing okay. Swiss chard is doing fine. So everything over here, I did have to pull my gourmet lettuce. It just did not survive. I have plenty of other lettuce I may put there. I might just put something else. I'm not sure, but that did not make it. But everything else over here, nothing is planted down here yet, because I have some other lettuces that I would like to put in there while I take advantage of the cool weather. Same thing over here, just a hodgepodge of different things. Some more of that Carintha spinach that I don't like. But the Mizuna is thriving. My lettuce over here is thriving. More Mizuna, curly kale. Everything is looking really well. Even the romaine lettuce up here and the onion. So this was doing well. Now, this whole row here, the third tier has the Corinth spinach, and again, this is how it's growing, and I just don't like it. So I'm just probably going to eventually pull all of that. Now, this one over here is Giant Noble I put in. That one's doing okay. At the very bottom is my chamomile, and the chamomile is seemingly doing just fine. So I don't have any complaints with the chamomile. Now over here, nothing is planted in these final two tiers either, but up in the top tiers, we do have some collards there, some endives, some frise endives. This here is some kohlrabi. What is this? Some Georgia collards doing just fine. Some more broccoli. So we just want to see how things are going. And again, up here at the top is some of these onion starts that are doing okay. So I'm doing the onions every other pocket. So some of these pockets don't have anything in them. I'm just marking what I'm gonna put there. And the second tier, same thing, but only the top tier of the green stalks, except for the ones that are fully planted with onions, will have those onion starts. And it is every other tier. This this Mr. Healy, it's yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it because this is the only thing in here, and I was working on this one last, and this one is constantly bolting, and it's just not worth trying to save it. So I'm just gonna pull it and replant this entire green stalk back out. It's just not gonna happen right now because I have a lot going on, but that one is gonna get planted out. And then over here in this first blackberry, just more Swiss chard, the onions. This here's some wasabis, onions, and more Swiss chard, and frise endives. I was working on these two simultaneously, but not sure what I want to plant and everything. I was trying to get everything kind of put in certain spots, so I'm still kind of working on what I want to do. But everything pretty much has something similar. The giant purple mustards, so something similar along with those onions. So this one here is strictly all herbs, except for the top with the onion starts. This here was supposed to be some kale, but I'm just gonna reamend all that and put my onions up here, and all of this is gonna be herbs because I do have other herbs all over the garden, but this one is just herbs. The chives are coming back from last year. I'm trying to, it's kind of like a little cold right there, so I don't know. I want to fix all of these back in here right, but just trying to let the weather get a little acclimated. It's still kind of cold out here. It's about maybe 39 degrees, so not yet. I'm trying to wait for it to be consistently warm so I can work those plants and get that soil around those plants worked up. But the parsley and the celery seem to be loving it, and the sage, isn't complaining about the weather too much either. So they're doing okay. For some reason, this row is suffering a bit. Now the herb pots that normally have all my herbs are all planted out except for the two on the end. The two on the end, I have the plants for them, but I did not want to put them out yet because it's just been a little too cold. This mint is the same mint that was left over from the summer, so it's still in here, but it's not what's the word I'm looking for? I'm probably gonna up-pot it and put some lemon mint here because I like to have a lot of mint, so I'm probably not gonna keep the mint in this space, but I'm trying to decide on where I want to move it to. It's definitely not going in the ground. And then of course my cabbage here, the Copenhagen, is doing okay. The Calibos, I don't know, it's not showing much growth. So, and the weather is kind of, I don't know, I'm not liking the growth on that or the matcha. So the corn salad is struggling a bit too. It likes the weather, but it's been kind of hot, cold, but days and days of rain. So I don't know. I'm probably going to end up pulling those and putting something else there. Just trying to see if I should just leave it or just what I should do. I'm not sure yet. But more cabbage is doing okay here. These Japanese mustards that were overwintered, they're doing okay here. The Glory of Inkazan is doing okay. Now this here is my purple kohlrabi. It is doing just fine. Over here is some collards. Now my lovage has not come back up yet. I don't know if it will. It doesn't seem like it's doing well. I know it's kind of cold, but normally it's it's usually kind of sprouting by now. So I don't know how to feel about this right now. I don't know how to feel about that lovage. Pardon me, I'm just trying to move some things. So that lovage here, I don't think so. So if it does not sprout, then I'm probably just gonna replant that, but put it in a different location for next season. I'm sorry, my camera's a little shaky here. So much stuff right here. And then this Chinese broccoli is doing really well. And the hyssop there, as you can see, it is starting to sprout, with no signs of sprouting near the lavender right there. And then my kohlrabi is doing really well. Those 2 pots on the ends that I was saying, those 2 pots have not, I have not put anything in yet. I still have the actual transplants in the house, but I'm not gonna put them out just yet because I want to kind of wait till this weather is a little consistently the same temperatures. Okay. So I'm gonna make my way over towards where I have had quite a bit of changes. I'm going to show you my 4x4 here. Then I go over there to where I've done a lot of work and changes. So over here, everything is actually growing really well. That bok choy is doing well. The kale is doing okay. Both of those, both of the cabbages, the snowball cauliflower, the broccoli, this cabbage here, the inquisine, bok choy there, bok choy here. Now this Mr. Healy cabbage, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Might pull that one as well, but the Mizuna, look at that. Doing really well in that Swiss chard. So this bed right here, all in all, with the exception of this Mr. Healy cabbage, is doing really well. Okay. I'm going to come back to these 2 plants because those were the ones in my greenhouse. So I'll come back to those. Now, my husband, who's up there working on the light up there, we did get a chance to pull this netting from the pond. So we have not put the pump and got the pump together yet, but we're working on that. So he's ordered the parts because he's up getting a larger pump to take care of that. Now this area here, I did get some of this planted out. So for the most part, this is all alyssum. This is alyssum here. So all of this did get planted out. Now, with all the rain that we've been having, everything seems to be doing okay. As far as the alyssum, the problem I'm having is I did not buy enough of these little growing containers here. These growing containers came from the Dollar Tree, and I thought I bought enough, but then as I was laying them out, I realized I ran out. So I happened to find one of these from a person that was giving them away, but I still need a couple more. So this one I just put out here today, but what's going in the last remaining ones is more alyssum. I just wanted to kind of wait until I get everything out here. So I'm hoping that I can probably come across some more, or I just have to find someone to sell something similar in this pattern. I mean, these dimensions to put here in this space, because I don't like it half done. But these so far are doing okay. So everything that's out here is really doing really well. And this is just a glimpse of the coop that he's working on right there. So we're still getting that project underway. So over here, I did, with the rain, my pansies are doing okay. So the pansies are fine, but I lost a snapdragon here in the center. The other 2 snapdragons are doing fine. This one is struggling a little bit down there, but it's still here. And then I lost the other one. Well, it's here, but I just don't think it's gonna make it. So I'm probably gonna replace those 2 snapdragons. And then this here, the pansies are not quite ready to transfer. So I think I might either do some bachelor buttons there, because the pansies are growing quite slow, and I might just put them somewhere else. I might put some bachelor buttons there. But so far, they're doing okay. Everything over here, with the exception of the one that is completely gone, everything else is kind of doing okay. And I'm making my way out this way to some progress that I did have made over here. So over here in this area, he did get a chance, and look at that. Just like it's the top layer of ice on here. This is how you know it's cold. Look at that. He did get a chance to do the solar panel systems right here. So this solar panel drip irrigation is for the bucket table that will be here, and it is, so these are some of the buckets that's going to be on it. That's how we use those bins to water. So it's going to look just like that one. It's just going to be here. And so that drip irrigation is already set up. We just didn't put any in here yet because I wanted to wait till all the buckets were lined up. But it is going towards the pepper table. But before we get up there, these two plants right here are struggling a bit. So I might just pull those. Well, not this one. I'm going to let this one sit. This one I may pull and just put another cabbage in its place. But these other two cabbages are doing quite well. Those are my walking onions. They're starting to wake up. And my emerald broccoli over there seem to be doing okay. Now up here on the table, I'm sorry if I sound a little muffled. It's getting really cold out here. The burgundy broccoli, that glory of Equizine there. This here is some more collards. That spinach I'm pulling. Some imperial broccoli. More collards there. This is some arugula. This here is some, oh gosh. I think this is my, this one isn't labeled, but I'm almost certain that it's probably some kohlrabi. I'm almost certain it's some kohlrabi. And that right there, some more arugula. So different things on this table is doing okay. Some things aren't. I pulled this one. This bok choy is just wasn't faring well. But the Purple Magic I put out here, it's hanging on, so I know it's going to be okay. The green wave mustards. Here, some more arugula. They are pretty much doing okay. They're still doing okay. So is this, this right here is some collards, and that's a marathon broccoli. And then over here, my Chinese broccoli and the Gloria Inglesine cabbage is doing okay. All of the cauliflower, broccoli, and cabbages on this bucket table are doing really well. They're actually doing quite better than I thought they would. So no complaints here. Everything is doing really well. The golden acre is probably going to be the first ahead. I thought it would have been my Earlina, but it's seeming to be growing quite nicely. And then same thing over here with on my lettuce table. Everything is doing really well. So everything is really crisp and firm. My oak leaf, which is my favorite tasting and looking lettuce, is doing really well. The Paris Islands are doing okay. Even the arugula over here is doing okay. Over here on this side, I did get a chance to finally move these buckets. I don't know if you remember, they were over there where we have that water for the drip irrigation. So this drip irrigation's water is coming from up under the table. We have that blocked off. The other one is over there. So these were over there. Well, the red, that brown one, and this blue bucket were over there. So we moved everything here. This is where these will permanently be. I'm probably going to transplant this lavender to a different pot and probably use this for my yarrow or my self-heal. Some of the larger spreading herbs. So those will probably go there. And these two pots, which I just added, I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there. One of my larger growing plants, the ones that have this that spread or have the underground rhizomes that spread, to give them a little bit more room to acclimate. I may put in those pots. But no sign of my lavender coming back or the comfrey just yet. So I'll wait on those. But this aster is starting to come. And then all of these bins here were put here for my potatoes. So these are my purple potatoes, my russet potatoes here, red potatoes here, and then the Kennebecks here. And then this last one has Yukon Gold. So we're just gonna let everything, just see how everything grows. It's because of the cold, it's gonna take a minute to sprout, but it will eventually sprout in maybe a couple weeks. I'll give it that because of the weather. And then up there off my deck, those two pots there, those all have my golden beets that are planted from seed. So I'll update you on those. I just put them in there 2 days ago. So to let them kind of start from seed. At some point I'm going to put my carrots down in the ground. And in the greenhouse I started radish. So we do have some things that I am starting from seed. And just to see, give it some time out here. Before I go into the main garden in the greenhouse, just taking you back here to have a glimpse at the trees that are in the ground, the peach tree and the apple tree. The peach tree was put into the ground in October of last year, and it is progressing quite nicely. And then the apple tree has been in the ground a little over 2 weeks or so, and it is also progressing quite nicely. So right here, as you can see, the peach tree is coming along. It's coming along quite nicely. And the apple tree is doing the same. So it seems to have gotten acclimated very well. And with all the rain, it's done wonders for both of these trees. So I am definitely grateful for the rain for these two. I've been giving them more nutrients, so they're doing just fine. There's really no updates on my grapes. I could have went over there while I was there, but there are no signs of growth on those since being put in the ground, and they've only been in the ground maybe a week or so. And then I'm gonna go around and take you to the outdoor garden right here to this space. My next big project after he's done with this coop is to expand this garden. So we're gonna move this wire fence and move it over towards that pole and extend this some more. So we're just waiting for the weather to warm up a little bit because the ground is kind of hard, and then we're gonna go ahead and extend that. So I'll take you to the outdoor garden, and then we'll go into the greenhouse just to kind of show you some of these updates. So I did get a lot done. I'm actually quite excited that I got a lot done. All right. So out here, the rhubarb is doing really well. The kohlrabi is coming along nicely. Got a little sunburn from the days of hot sun, but it is bouncing back. These snapdragons and the calendula is doing really well here. The violas are doing really well. I decided to put one of these chamomiles inside of my raised bed out there to see how well it would do in there too. Just trying to grow things in different spaces. But the chamomile is growing really well. These snapdragons are doing okay, and the calendula is flowering. So pretty. It's so pretty. And then my peas have took a beating from the sun that we had out here. So I decided that I'm probably going to still grow the peas here, but I'm going to put them under the cover of probably something like maybe some sweet potato vines, maybe some Malabar spinach, something to give it some shade, because this gets full sun, but I wasn't expecting it to get as much sun as it had gotten before all the rain, so we'll see. In these empty pots, I did plant a bunch of sugar snaps, so these will be sprouting soon once the weather kind of stays acclimated to a consistent temperature of 45 or warmer. Those will sprout. Same thing over here. These took a beating from the sun, but some are doing okay, some aren't, so we'll just wait for the new ones to pop up. I have taken a few of the peas off of there, so they're really sweet. So I love sugar snaps, so hopefully we can get them to get going really well. Over here in this area, the all seasons cabbage, Romanesco broccoli, snowball cauliflower, the Desico broccoli, purple cauliflower, Sun King broccoli, and Brussels are all doing well. These here are Alabama blue collards. Those are doing okay. This bed here is all purple top turnips with that butter crunch lettuce in the center. And these are the purple mustards with the Florida broadleaf mustards with that butter crunch lettuce in the center. So these are doing really well. All the rain has gotten everything over here doing really well. Over here, the cabbages are doing okay. Both of those red acre cabbages. Both lettuces, the butter crunch lettuces, are doing fine. The little spinach is making its way back up. And then both of the broccolis. And again, that is the DeSico broccoli there, and that is the Green Magic. And then over here, same thing with the Red Express cabbage here, the Sun King broccoli there, and the burgundy broccoli there. They're both growing really well, along with the butter crunch lettuce and the Pablo Crisp head in the center. And then the Corinthia spinach is here. So it's growing a little differently here, the baby spinach back there. So I still don't like the way it's looking. So this is definitely going to be my last time growing the Corinthia. And then over here, these are just all turnip greens. These do not have the turnips at the bottom. These are just the greens. Those are doing really well, as well as the Florida broadleaf here, the little purple mustards there, and the crimson tide. Everything over here looks really good and healthy, along with these blue collards. And then in the raised bed back here, cabbage is doing really well. Even though this bok choy is looking a little beat up, it's growing really nicely. And then back there is that purple kohlrabi. This purple cauliflower is struggling, so I might just pull him. I don't think he's doing too well. And then over here, my Chinese broccoli and my broccoli rabe is doing really well. Behind them is can you see it? There we go. Some chamomile back there, a little lettuce right here, little Pablo Crisp head lettuce there, some Sylvia lettuce right there, along with another purple cauliflower is doing much better than his little cousin over here. I don't know what's going on. And then that kohlrabi there is doing really well. And then lastly, this bok choy is beautiful, growing amazingly well over there. So is that all seasons cabbage. Now, what I wanted to show you is I was going to pull this kale. But then I saw that it was starting to grow some new growth down here. So I'm just gonna see what it does. Probably not gonna pull it, but I'm just gonna leave it and see what it does and pull off some of the dead leaves. My husband did get a chance to put the other Vigo cover system onto this is an 8x4, so 8 feet by 4 feet by 2 feet tall raised bed from Temu, and this is a 6 feet by 3 feet by 2 feet from Temu, and these are the Vigo cover systems. So he did get a chance to add those on here with the netting, getting us ready for the summer. Again, not planting in this one in the summer, but we'll be planting in this one. I've added some more nutrients, letting this get acclimated, and then we'll add some more before I plant. Over here, that tatsoi that I was putting out there somehow did not do well. First for me with the tatsoi, but it happens. So I ended up not putting it out here at all. I don't know. I didn't know what I wanted to replace it with. So right now, probably just leave it that way. I do have another bok choy. I might put that in there, but I'm not sure. But everything over here is doing really well. I did get a chance to pull some of this and when we were doing our spinach saute. If you didn't get a chance to see that, go ahead and check that little video out. But just did a blend of all these with the spinach. The same thing with this bok choy here. I see he's trying to flower on me, so trying to bolt, so we might have to go ahead and pull him and cook him up. But I'm gonna leave him out here for the next couple of days, and then we'll go ahead and pull it if it's still if it starts flowering any more than it is. I've eaten them when they flowered and they were just fine. In these are my potatoes. So over here we have red potatoes. These are the red Pontiacs. So all of these are red Pontiacs. And then this last one is the russet. So some more russet over here. Now, let me just tell you what the heartbreak of my entire gardening journey thus far is. Not a lot of heartbreaks for me in this journey, but my garlic was completely devoured. It didn't look like this. Came out here to do some fertilizing, and the squirrels it was pieces of my garlic all over the place. So that I'm really devastated, because that was garlic planted in October. So obviously I have lost that harvest this season and have to just wait till next year. But next year they will not be here. They're going to be in the green stalks. So it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. So I will replant something in these. Over here is that this here's iceberg lettuce, doing just fine. These have pretty much been growing kind of slowly. I have fertilized it, but it's been doing okay. And then over here is these two here are the crisp mint with a iceberg in the center with the strawberry spinach. Another one back here, the strawberry spinach. And this is minus lettuce. So everything in here is still doing okay. This was my strawberry plants that were previously on the other side of my greenhouse over there. We moved them over here, and these have not started to come up yet. So if they do, they do. If they don't, we'll put something else in its place and keep it moving. Over here is my snowball cauliflower, my purple Savoy cabbage, twisted cauliflower, some collards. This here is some broccoli, all of which is doing really well. Zero complaints. Now this right here has made so much progress since the last time we were all together. That is the blackberry. My blackberry bush growing really well, and so is the raspberries. They are growing really well. They're starting to sprout. So no complaints there. But my purple Savoys here are also doing well. This blueberry, this blueberry, and this blueberry, and this blueberry, and that blueberry. Yeah. They were fine last year, so we'll see. We will see. Again, don't know what this is, but I saw it trying to sprout, so I said I was going to keep it. I don't know what it is, but we're going to keep it. And then the Copenhagen cabbages, everything is doing good. Over here, same thing. The Premier Kale, the Pablo Crisp head, the Butter Crunch in the center, and the turnip greens here. Curly mustards here, turnip greens. Everything is loving this weather. And over here, same thing. No complaints. I think everything over here is doing really well. This Mitchell cabbage is taking off. My Savoy. If I had to say, I'm not entirely happy, probably with some of these. My kale right there, that's kind of struggling a bit. But for the most part, everything else is doing okay. So only that kale I'm really not liking. And before we go too long, I'm just gonna go and run into the greenhouse really quickly to show you what things are looking like in there. Nothing significantly has changed, but things in here are still doing really well. So the weather in here has been yesterday a high of 113, a low of 51, and today a high of it's 41 degrees now, but the high has been 51 so far. So that's what that has been in here. But everything in here is doing okay. This is a little onion I put in here. This is an experimental onion just to see. But let me just show you this plant here, which is really my little project. As you can see, we've pulled so many dead leaves off of this plant, like I'm doing right here. Pulled so many dead leaves off, right? Because this plant was dead and dying, but it has showed a little signs of growth. So what I did was I said, well, let me just save it, fertilize it, give it some TLC, and it is now coming back. It never gave us a broccoli head. And me being me felt like it owed me a broccoli head. So I'm like, I'm going to hold on to you. We're going to fix you and you see what happens. And it's doing really well. Doing really well. The cabbages here are doing well. This cabbage is doing really well. My giant spinach. Everything in here is flourishing. So these plants, this one, that one, and the one over here were all in my aeroponics tower that we built. And we just brought them out here to get acclimated today. So I expect them to be a little saggy and everything so they get acclimated, but they should perk right back up in a couple days. Chives have burst back out. We've got some citronella here. I had to purchase some citronella because I'm trying to keep the mosquitoes low because they're already starting to peek their heads through here. But the rosemary is still doing good. Sage is doing really well. I do see that I got some oregano trying to pop up here. But that's really, so those right there, the chives have come up. Like I said, the lavender is taking off really well. Loving that. and as well as my sorrel is coming back, and this rhubarb over here. Can we talk about that? Look at this rhubarb here. For those of you that don't know, rhubarb is, if you cannot consume the leaves. It's very toxic to humans and pets. But what you can consume, and what you're supposed to consume, is the stalk. That's a beautiful stalk right there. And if you've ever had rhubarb wine or rhubarb pie, they're using the stalk when you, if you've had anything with rhubarb. But the leaves are toxic. They're poisonous. Do not ever consume the leaves. But the leaves are so beautiful. Gosh, I tell you, they're very beautiful. Might end up moving that plant to a different location because it's so it can spread its wings in all its glory. But everything in here is really doing well. This back and forth of the temperature here, I thought it would be a problem, but it has not been. That giant spinach there. I mean, just look at those leaves. This leaf here, just look at that. Look how huge that leaf is. Put my hand on that. Like, it's crazy. But everything in here is doing well. So I just wanted to kind of show you how things are progressing in here. We have everything in here from kale to lettuce, Swiss chard, cabbages, that strawberry spinach. Amazing in here. So ideally, this is what I would like my greenhouse to look like all year round. Hopefully we can keep it going. Look at this. More giant spinach, guys. Look at that. Size of my hand. I did plant some radish in both of these containers. Started those from seeds, so hopefully we'll see some sprouts soon with those. And actually, we do. Look at that little sprout right there. They're actually coming up. Crazy. Okay, so, and we know radish does sprout kind of early, but I'm just seeing that right now today. And we planted these about maybe 3 days ago. So, good job on those. But that's really it. I'm going to wrap this up. Again, thank you for walking through the garden with me, taking this little quick tour. Every week I said I was going to do an update on the garden and kind of give you guys, just if you're growing with me or growing some of the things similar to what I'm growing in my zone in Chicago, Illinois 6, zone 6. This is where I am in with the growth of my plants. These two plants came out of the greenhouse because they were being attacked by aphids, and there was nothing else I can do about it. I tried everything and organic sprays and this, that, and the other, and it just wasn't working. So I'm gonna rethink how I want to treat these aphids. Ladybugs were taking care of them. There's still ladybugs in there. I could have showed you some of them, but they're all over the place in certain spots. But no. We're not gonna, these are plants from last year. So I was trying to save that red Russian because all of my red Russian kale did not do well this season, but I'm just gonna start the red Russian kale from seed over again. And those collards, hey, we've had a good time with them. They gotta go. So with that being said, I will update you guys again, especially if there's anything significant, any changes or anything like that. But thank you for just spending time out here with me in the garden. Look forward to chatting with you guys soon. So with that being said, happy growing, everyone.